Welcome everybody. This is the PCL and I am your host, Invasion Being. I'm here with Invasion Prime. We have for you today the FPP Division Day 1. There will be 4 matches, all Aaron Gale. The PUBG Console League is going to bring you top quality action from the best players, the best console players on the planet. This is the International League. We do it all. Prime, how are you doing today?
Doing good. I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Man, it's gonna be a good day. I'm having an excellent day. It's been a good morning. It's been a good afternoon. I had my coffee. I am just ready to see how these teams take on the challenge of the new competition and some of the old competition moving together. I'm excited to see how the new league comes about on this new season.
Yeah, we got some familiar names, some familiar teams that you guys are all used to. Then obviously we got some new people, some new competitors from several different platforms. Or both different platforms, I should say. Some people from obviously Xbox and PlayStation, and we've also seen some players move around to find their best fit and trying to compete with some top-notch players and some victors from previous seasons, such as the Mates, Torch, Invasion, Winner's Circle, and other teams like that, Avita as well.
Avita made a strong pickup. They ended up getting Blackjack on their team, which is crazy. And then even there's some new teams that have people that we know and love on them, like Euro has picked up Laser and Looted, which is gonna make them a very good team in the future, or maybe right out the gate. I'm excited to see where people land. It's gonna start showing us their traits. How people start out their very first game is very, very important. It lets you know what their intentions are, or where they're trying to land, and what areas they're trying to occupy. So let's see how these rotations pan out at the beginning, and let's see how everything happens here. If you're new to this channel, understand that this is a console league and we do not have the same capabilities with spectating as the PC competitions do. So there are going to be some hiccups. There are going to be some things that you haven't seen before. For example, this screen right here, this just means that we have to do this before we get right into the spectating view. Now that we're in the spectating view, DimDOS going down already. Problem, you see that the Euro got their first kill right there. Let's find out where that's happening. Oh, that's down in military, and this is a military circle. Dimshik's going to go down as well.
Yeah, Dimshik had an exchange. It ended up eliminating Paulo Sam, and then he immediately goes down. We see some shotgun kills in action as well. You see Turn, also known as Turntide, getting some kills. This is right here at this popular compound where people like to land and loot up and maybe get a bridge camp on public matches, but these guys are bumping heads. We have got 20 teams here in FPP for this Season 8 going on, and this is going to be action packed. Signs getting a kill as well, knocking and killing Tickle, and Sparky getting involved as well. Gravity goes down. There's a lot of exchanging going down. The Mates, a team that you do not want to see play, or at least for them, they do not want to see players go out early.
This is a thing that happens nowadays. It just the camera takes away everybody from the map, and then they come back. So we're gonna see that every game. Don't worry about it, chat. It's all good. We see, like Prime was saying, UV has lost a few people. It's still 2 up for Euro, and Devil Dog's gonna rotate down. He landed a little further away, but like Prime was saying, there's a lot of fighting going on. I don't know where did the Mates land right there. The Mates landed in their typical spot. That's Pachinki, and I think the Mates are out, Prime.
That's the first elim right there, and the Mates go out early. This is something that they are not used to, and with the increased amount of teams being, you got to know that there will be some challengers, especially with these new teams who are used to going Pachinki. They may know it just as well as the Mates, and right there, Team 1 Genesis has shown that, and they were able to eliminate the Mates and also get the res on that player that you guys saw down on your screen.
What's wild?
Military zone on first game.
What's wild is that in TPP, the same exact thing happened to the Mates. The very first game, they got pushed in their compound in Pachinki, because that's the place that they typically land. They got pushed by a team, and then they got wiped that very first game.
TBC, right?
Yeah, they lost to TBC right there. They usually come they're gonna land there again next game, and they're just gonna play it a little bit differently. They're gonna land on the outside of the zone. I mean, on the outside of the compound, and let the other team land on the inside. They're gonna surround them, and then they're gonna deal with it accordingly. That's the exact same thing that happened before. I wonder if they're gonna maintain their strategy and continue going that way. Double Dog got a knock right there on Euro. Chad, if you don't understand the format of how the PCL works, there's a qualifying rounds. There are 2 qualifying weeks, and there are 20 teams in those qualifying weeks. At the end of that 2 weeks, we take the top 16 teams, and then we put them together for the money round, and then we reset the scores, and then we go from there. Oh,
this is an all-out fight, and we have another elim. That's Team Euro going down to Unvaulted, a team we know with some new names. We got some players that are very familiar as well. But it looks like Unvaulted wins that, let's call it the intersection compound just west of the military base. And they're going to be able to get some loot and move forward. But they do have some teams around them. They can't go too far. Team 6 is very close to them. That's Winter Circle led by Noxie and Tendersaurus. Warhawk also making its way over to hopefully get some more loot. And is that Team 11, Bing? That looks like the Red Reaper.
That is the Red Reaper's prime.
To the bridge on the west side.
Smart play by them, rotating very early. I've seen America. He's been here for quite a long time, and he's going to be able to. He's going to have to rotate soon. This is going to be a very hard thing to hold. Military, being that there are so many teams. There are only 18 teams left, but it's going to be kind of difficult. I want to point out 2 things that I think are going to be major keys right here. One, the new addition of this dock right here. For this team, they can camp the dock, and that'll cause a lot of problems. For the team that's rotating over, which I believe is One Effort, if One Effort gets over here at this time, they might have some cover. Remember, before in these situations, the person in this boat had no cover. They were just on this beach, and they were easy line of sight for everybody else. I think that's going to change things. Also, the docks on this side up a little bit is going to change things as well, because Avita, if you remember, lands here. This is increase the amount of loot Avita can get before they come across this bridge, which is going to cause problems for everybody except for Avita, right? Because they're already a strong team, and they were a strong team without loot, or with not having as much loot as they could get. Now they're going to have, what I believe, double the loot because of esports drops and the spawns that are happening right there. So I'm excited to see how they play. And they almost won FPP last season. They just came up short at the end because Rat couldn't get his Xbox working, to be honest. That's it, in my opinion, right?
Yeah, he had some failed Xboxes there. You see Soup going down to Warhawk. Got a little bridge camp here. Invasion running right into Dub C. 2 heavy hitters and well-known teams in the PCL. Sleeper Shot knocking and killing Noxie, and then it looks like Sleeper Shot's going to go down as well. A ton of exchanges here. Tendersaurus and Warhawk still up, but we have Soup here is probably not going to get res, probably going to get confirmed right here. Noxie may get res here, Bing. And Invasion's got to think of a new way to get to the zone right here now.
I think Invasion made a good rotation. They thought they were going to be early right here. It's not typical that you see a team play aggressive on the bridge camp like this. This happened just because it's the 3-man. WC plays loose at the beginning of their rounds, and that's just how the cookie crumbles in a military circle, right? You want to rotate and get there as fast as you can. You're afraid to go into the water. You think that you beat everybody across the bridge, and then boom, you have a team waiting right there. It's just one of the things that's going to happen.
I'm sorry, you got to give Warhawk credit as well. They got their loot quick, and they got out, and they pushed to the bridge to get themselves some early kills, intercepting Invasion, and Signs is left all alone, but he was spotted by Avita, and they probably knew he was the only person, so they're definitely going to push him and try to get the kill. You see Standards already making his way on Signs, taking some shots here, dealing some damage, and Signs goes down. There is, I guess, maybe one. Yeah, it's
not Lilith is up.
Yeah. The mountain there of military, but yeah, you got to give Dub C credit to get their loot quickly and rotate out and try to get some early kills and catching players rotate.
What I forgot to tell you is Rat is not playing for Avita right now. Rat is playing for a different team, and that is going to hurt Avita in that way, because Rat is usually the kills leader and the damage leader when it comes to these particular games. So we'll see how all this turns out. There are some storylines, some underlying storylines in the PCL, and man, like the action that we have seen so far will continue the entire time. I don't know how that's happening. I don't know when everybody became the most aggressive players on the planet, but I really do enjoy it. There hasn't been a circle in which like 7 or 8 teams haven't died. I don't know how that works out in the PCL this season, but it is very, very good, and I am enjoying it tremendously. Oh, look at that. We got our first car accident.
That is tough. That is tough. And just for you guys at home wondering and what Bing is saying, Ratatat has moved over to the Dossers. That is going to be Team 16.
It's part of TD, the Dossers.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Yeah, the Dossers there. Actually, it's not Team 16. It looks like ATR Team 16.
Beretta's going to go down, a very, very strong player. Arguably, for people that have been saying, he's arguably one of the best players playing the game right now. And this bridge camp's going to continue. That's Unique, Shogun, and Dontrex moving down. This might be, is this Team Valid right here? This might be Team Valid, Team 18. I'm not 100% sure about that. I'll come back to that. I want to say, when you guys are watching at home in the spectating mode right now, spectating is a little laggy at the beginning of the game, but the gameplay isn't laggy. They're not experiencing what you guys are seeing. So sometimes we might make some calls and it looks like this person didn't get knocked. That person really did get knocked. You'll see it in the kill feed. The kill feed, let me explain the kill feed to you guys as well. If you see, it's red when people get knocked, but it'll have a black background when that person gets confirmed. So when it's actually a kill, it'll be like a little black on their background. So that's how you can tell what's going on right now with the spectating mode. It's kind of entertaining because boats like do some crazy stuff in the water, but they're not really doing that in the game. It's weird, but they're getting it together. Did you see this, Prime? This is Sturdy, Zalodi, Bazaar, and Exclusive has made a comeback. Excellent to see that. So that means CK made it a point to let me know that they will be participating in season number 9 as CK once again.
Interesting. And they kind of changed their name up. They're AIC now.
No, they're still CK. This is a different team. What's made up from different people? They all just joined it for the time being. And this bridge camp still goes down, and Noxy gets a knock, and Sturdy gets knocked as well. Wow. WC is eating, right? Wow.
Good placement. And again, that's giving them credit of getting out early and not really consuming the bridge. Now they're starting to take over the lower part of the bridge there, but they started at the end, and because they can hit their shots, they don't have to rely on taking shots earlier and trapping these teams. They're just knocking them right out of the car at the end of the bridge. Just really good shot.
Oh my goodness, bro. They are doing bits on this bridge. They might be running almost into 5 or 6 kills right here. They have to be the kill leaders, as we said, at this particular time. Torch is going to try to swim under the bridge right here. And it looks like Team 13 is going to also, I think this is the Pub Stars. They're going to also try to swim. This is phase number 1. They can all do it. They can make that happen, but it's going to be rough when they get up on that next side if these teams don't rotate further in.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to slow play this right here. Are the ferries a thing?
They're not on console yet at all, right, Prime? I don't think they are in esports mode either.
Oh, yeah. I was wondering if that was going to come to esports at some point. That was their way, PUBG's way to avoid the bridge camps, but who knows? Who knows?
It could be I could see it in there at the end of the time, like later on, like the next PGC. I could see them implementing ferries, but until then, I don't think they'll put them in esports mode. Maybe because it's a map change, right? Yeah, it'll be in. It's a map change. It's not like a weapon change. It's a entire map change. Yeah, they're gonna be in. I think I see it. I see it happening.
Is that another knock there?
Yeah, that's Sweeney somewhere else. I just want to see how WC is going to play this, because there's a team at there's a team at Bridgetown. You don't know there's a team at the next Bridgetown, like that other one over there with the Harry Potter tower. And then Torch is going to come from the water. So they should be surrounded in this situation, right?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, at this point, everyone's just trying to survive. They're trying to make their way into the zone little by little and then trying to survive.
They spotted them.
And a ton of people.
They've been spotted. M's going to drown. Yeah, it's gonna be tough for Torch.
Not gonna give up the kills. Yeah, Torch is good for not giving up kills. They're just rather if they can't make it out, they're just gonna. I can see Doodle gets knocked.
No saving Doodle right here. This is gonna be a diamond. Oh my goodness, Tender Source found that angle, and now it's gonna leave Diffie all by himself. Diffie might just have to take that, like you said in Prime. Take that. Nope. Diffie goes down to Tender Source too. That puts Torch out of this round. Here comes
tough zone for everyone here, and the people who land military are the ones that seem to be the victors more than likely.
Gravy's gonna go down elsewhere. I just want to see. That's big right there, Prime, for WC to get those knocks on Torch coming out of the water. That means that they can have the whole back of that circle to themselves. If you check where the circle is, they'll still be in. They can peruse this side over here. We're gonna take you to this RSO Avita fight. RSO is made up of a lot of people who were not on teams or who were, when teams disbanded, who were left alone, and they just rebranded themselves and became RSO. And I think that's a good thing. I think that should happen to more people. And as you see, Sweeney's going to go down to Nuts TV. Nuts shooting out of this, the grandma house, out of the attic. But if you're on a team that loses a member of Vita, is a good, like, again, Blackjack, he showed last season that he was an amazing player, and to have Lou and all these guys, I see them, man, this is going to be a tough fight for RSO, but if RSO can get this wipe, it puts them on the map of being a very good team, and a team that is that should be taken seriously. Look at Thirsty making this rotation. Oh, Thirsty got that. That's smart. Oh, there's a first knock right there for Blackjack. Still rocking the M4. That's something that I was wondering what we were gonna see this season, if we were gonna see more M4s, or if we were gonna see if we were gonna see the barrel meta be abused like it has been. The SLR meta is gonna be abused. That's the number one kill getting weapon in the PCL right now. Saint gonna go down elsewhere. Just want to get this angle for Thirsty so you guys can see what he's seeing. Oh my goodness, Lou hits every single shot right there with the heady. It's rough. One man up for RSO, and that will be Nuts. Nuts is gonna try to figure out something. Gets tagged up right there by Lou. Down he goes. That's RSO being eliminated. Still got that four. Look at this over here. Let's try to take you up here. TD has taken the topmost of this hill right here. This is a new team. I think this team was created by Tickle. This is the Dossers. Tickle used to have a different team, and he decided to rebrand and get some other members. Him, Nath, Merc, and Ratatat. Right now, Tickle was taken out very early in this competition. That is a team representing the EU, as we have ATR, who is also representing the EU. Genesis is a new team. I do not know their members, but they're looking to make a stand and make a statement right now. Hayes taking some shots right there. Try to get you further in so you guys can see more of what's going on. Jeff gonna get confirmed. More shots going right there. This is a tough fight. I don't. Maybe Sam was just a little too far out by himself. It was a 4-on-1 technically, and the rest of his teammates have way better cover than he had. Maybe he should have rotated a little further back. You're getting that confirmation right there. This fight's gonna be hard. I thought this was gonna happen. They're gonna be the team 15. The Dossers are gonna just shoot down on this the whole time. If you actually look up here where the Dossers are, Lilith is in the building, not moving, so he's staying alive. Noxy gets knocked. That's happening over here. We're gonna leave this fight and go to a fight that we can actually see some action happening. Noxy gets knocked by Dontrix, and Dontrix is gonna be the only person left up for WC. But Tendersaurus is getting tagged up. Tendersaurus is gonna push down a little further. He's gonna try to back out of this. Noxy tried to get the Warhawk tried to get the res on Noxy, but that was a good nade going in that window right there for Dontrix. Dontrix played very well in the TPP this week, and hopefully he can take that momentum and shift it into this particular game as well. Unique is going to go down right there, and now this is a hard shift for everybody on the east. They're going to have to rotate in a little bit more, which is going to put WC in a very, very good position. And then ATR Hayes is going to go down. Here comes the push. Oh man, Donnie's gonna be in a world of hurt right here. ATR's gonna finally get that wipe. I'm not sure if Warhawk knew where he was. Warhawk wasn't. Oh, but they team shoot him. Down goes Donnie. Well played by WC. Devil Dog's gonna get confirmed right there, and then they are eliminated. Rat's gonna go down to Not Lilith. He had no idea that Not Lilith was there. Not Lilith is gonna get that confirmed on Rat. Well done by Not Lilith. Not Lilith probably won't make it out of this. Phase 5, he's going to have to go against the blue. He's going to have to jump down all these mountains. Nah, he's going to get taken down by the blue zone. So he's going to go down at spot 11. Merc's going to try to do his cliffhanger descent. He's going to do a pretty good job here. He took half health damage right there. Oh my goodness. Is he fast enough? Yes, he is. Ignite going to go down to Nation. That's happening down here on the bottom edge in the zone. Look at this fight right here. This is going to be a great gatekeeping opportunity for BBG, team number 20. Picture this fight, Born Country gonna take down Space Havoc, and then Nation dies to the zone. RMV, I forgot RMV was here. RMV gonna hold down this little hill overlooking this compound. I never know what to call this, but it's a peculiar compound. Like, I don't like looting there. I don't really like being there, but it plays its part. ATR Hayes is still in that fight right here. I mean, sorry, ATR is still in that fight with Team 20. RMV's getting a knock right here. That's huge for ATR. They're gonna try to get this res down. Wait, who just got knocked right there? Yeah, down goes Byron, and Muted is just going to be there by himself. Nordic's going to try to push in here. Man, this is an aggressive play. Oh, and he gets a knock and a confirmation on Hayes. That was aggression at its finest. Is Embrace going to get the heal? I mean, no, he's not even going for it. So Big is trying to get a peek right here. Oh, he does not work. Nordic's gonna get the confirmation. That is ATR wiped. Mute is gonna go down to Nath. Where's Nath? Nath is right here. 8 teams up, 21 alive. Nath is just holding that side right there. Well done, well done. Mute is gonna get picked up. Blackjack has knocked Born Country. We will get into the player perspective as soon as the amount of teams becomes a little lower. Again, we cannot go in and out of the player perspective. All we can do is do the flyover and try to get you as much action as possible. America's gonna go down. Ignite's gonna go down. It's gonna be known Kappa. No Kappa. Oh my goodness. It's no cap, bro. That is not the name you want. He must be a capologist or something, bro. Oh my goodness. I can't, bro. He's gonna try to rotate right here. It's gonna be very, very difficult for him. Let's see what he got. Let's see what he has. RMV's gonna put that. There's too much line of sight for him. There's no way he escapes this. If he does, he's gonna be one of the best players ever. Nath taking down Nordic at that compound that's on the plateau with the. That's just tough. Bless you, Prime. That's just tough. More shots going down at Muted. Genesis Genesis is a team from Brazil. I apologize. I forgot about that. So now this is really international. That's a South American team that's going to represent their region pretty well in here. Nate's going to go down right here to Bazaar. Bazaar toting that barrel that we were talking about earlier. Nate's going to be confirmed by Mushu, and Mushu gets 5 kills for Mushu right there. Zalodi going to get a knock as well. Bazaar is going to get confirmed by Mushu. Mushu using that SLR so beautifully, getting your confirmations, stealing some kills, confirming some kills. I don't even think you're stealing them, to be honest. So 5 teams up, 12 people alive. Zalodi's a 1-man. Warhawk is a 1-man. So it's 3 up for AV, 4 up for RMV, and 2 up for NV4. We haven't spoken about NV4. I do not know much about them, but it looks like they are a PS4 team who is bringing the heat. I love it. I love the new people. I love the fact that the PCL is becoming more known and that people are willing to risk it and try to play in this league. This is where all the competition happens. You can't be a great PUBG player if you haven't participated. You can't be the greatest PUBG player or one of the greats if you haven't participated in the PCL. You have to figure out how to win it. There are other leagues, but there's no league like this one. It's like Keem is in a tough situation. Oh, all right, I don't know. Oh, that's what I thought was going to happen. Warhawk gets up and instantly takes down Mr. And now it's going to be a 1v3 on this side. They have all the angles. He's going to try to push down. Who's not even looking at him? Goes down to a heady. And now it's RMV, WC, and AV. Wow. The veterans somehow managed to end up that top 3 at the end of this situation. Let's get into the view. Let's see what we see. Wow. 12 kills for RMV. Way to do it. Way to do it. Looks like they're going to push. They hear this fighting. They're going to third party. We're going to switch over to somebody closer. Hopefully this is Blackjack, the newest member of Avita. 8 kills for Avita right now. Sweeney was taken out a little while earlier. Looks like Tendosaurus is going to go down to Envy. And then he's going to be confirmed by Mushu. AV is okay with letting this fight play out so they can have a 1v1 in second place. If you look at the top right hand corner of your screen, you can see that this is the amount of teams that are alive and their members. So if you're ever wondering what that means, that is the amount of people still up. RMV zipped, got headed. He has to move his face. Blackjack isn't playing. They're gonna so now it's a 3v3 over there. Warhawk has a Groza, is gonna get an immediate laser going down. Then he's gonna change over to Mushu, gonna get 2 knocks right here. Can he get a squad wipe? I can guarantee you he can. I can guarantee you he can. That's 14 kills for the 3-man of WC. We're just gonna keep it right here on Warhawk. You guys can see the kind of work that he puts in. And with that being said, that's the end of the game. And we're taking you straight to the scores. Well played by these teams. Avita with the win. That's 10 kills for them. WC bringing up 14 kills. RMV in third place with 13 kills, and MV4 with no kills, bringing up the 4th. We're going to take you right into the instant replay so you guys can see the action one more time. We'll go over it as we set up the next lobby. As you can see in this particular situation, I think that Team 11 was just got the bad end of the circle. The circle rotated up shifted north. They were in a fight already, and then they ended up getting gate kept on one side by AV and then on the other side by RMV. There wasn't much that they could do in this situation to play it any better, but you know, Cap, like right there, Cap just there was nothing Cap could do. He was angled out. He was basically just surrendering at that point. Now the rest of these fights, I think that RMV did a very good job of third partying this fight right here and getting the kill on BBG, and then even shifting their focus more to go down to shift more right to take care of TD as well. These teams made some very nice rotations to say that this is game number one and that it was a military circle. Military circles tend to be the hardest circles to deal with when you're playing in a comp type situation, just because of how often things shift and how things change and how fast you have to rotate, because if you're late on that rotation, you end up losing. As Prime mentioned earlier, the teams that usually land military do a very good job. That is why you saw a team like WC get 14 kills, because they were able to rotate to the bridge and then hold the bridge for as long as they did. Those are the plays and the decision and the quick decisions that make everything happen. Well done by WC. Well done by RMV. RMV must be kicking themselves, because in this particular circle they had 4 team members up and they ended up losing all those members, or 3 of those members, to Warhawk by himself. So he single-handedly threw a monkey wrench in their play. That's tough. There has to be a little bit more communication, or they have to clear the side a little bit better. I think if they clear the side a little bit better, they'll be able to, let's say, advance a little further. Maybe they attack the top and just hard push AV. But I just wonder. I just wonder what were the comms in that situation. I'm always curious of the comms when one person kills a whole team, just because if you focus fire one person, it should be easy, especially if you have 3 teams up. 3 people up. This was a good push right here by AV. They let Standards get the 1v right there, and Warhawk had already knocked another person for MV4, and AV did a good job of grouping back up together at the top of the hill and allowing Dub C to fight RMV. So since they allowed them to have that fight between the two of them, they could third party at the end and get the win. They already had enough kills in their mind, so it's no need to focus on the kills. It's more important to focus on the wins right there. I think that is an excellent job by them. Good IGLs, and way to play, man. For this to be the first game, it was done very well and played very well. GG's to AV. What a performance. I think the player of this game though has to be Warhawk, right? With that last play and that at the end of the game. Oh man, Dipped is just gonna peek for too long. That long peek right there is what got him done in. 100%. Can't peek for that long in a competition like this. Everybody shoots too well. Oh my goodness gracious. This guy's insane. There's no way of getting around it. There's nothing else you can say. He's insane. He's 100% insane at this game. Right here, there's not much he could do. He was trying to get some shots in. Notice how Avita spread out and was able to get the shots down and get those confirmations. We're going to take you into a 3-minute intermission. We'll be right back after this quick break. Thank you guys very much. Welcome back, everybody. This is the PUBG Console League, and I am your host, Invasion Being, along with Invasion Prime. That was an interesting game. It's intriguing to see how teams play their opening, if they have opening game jitters. And from what I witnessed, I don't think there were any opening game jitters there. All I saw was really good plays, excellent shooting. Maybe some of the newer teams need to get their feet wet a little bit more, but besides that, I think everything is going just as we expected. Prime, are you there?
I am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Welcome back. Were you able to catch that action at the end of that game right there?
To some degree, and hearing your voice, I can definitely make out exactly what happened. And looking at the scores, that big kill game from Winner Circle actually put them in a tying position with Avita, both with 20 points. Avita only had 10 kills plus the win. That gives them a 10-10 split for 20 points, 1,600 damage together as a team. But with the Winner Circle racking up 14 kills and the placement points, that gets them 20 points as well, with 2,211 damage, led by Warhawk with 8 kills, 14 points from him alone. He was just playing absolutely crazy. He had 1,437 damage by himself, 200 shy of what Avita did as a team. So, as you mentioned, Warhawk was definitely the MVP of that game from a lot of the kills that he had and just dealing out a ton of damage. We got a low flight path here, Bing. What are your expectations or what are your thoughts here in game 2? And where do you think people are going to go? Same places, same zone, or do we see a different zone here?
Since we just saw a military zone, I expect to see 4 teams in military. A lot of teams are going to land further south. There's still going to be that 2-team landing at Pochinki. There's going to be 1 team in military, 2 teams in Rise, 1 team in Ruins, 1 team in Milta Power, and 2 teams in Gaka Field. And 2 teams are going to find a way to make it to George Pool. I don't know why. I don't know how. But 2 teams will make it to George Pool, and one of those teams will go to George Pool North.
Interesting. I mean, there's a ton of real estate. Erangel is obviously the favorite map. You see the zone pop centering up on the Gaka Ruins area. We've seen the zone before. We see the way these teams play. There's a ton of landmass with a little bit of water. This will allow players a little bit of comfort zone in terms of not having to cross water. Usually when we see that bottlenecked effect with the zone going south, we see a lot of water, not a lot of places for the players to hide or compounds to go. But the thing about this is being a lot of teams land over here, so they're already going to be in their respective compounds holding it down. So now this is going to be, I guess the best similarity would be how Call of Duty is with Hardpoint, right? You got to hold down your area and prevent the wave of players crashing your landing spot or your designated compound.
I agree with that. This is going to be a lot. Look, Gravity taking down Nordic already, and somebody else got knocked at as soon as as well. But I agree with everything you're saying right there, Prime. It's going to be, that's in Pochinki. There's a Pochinki fight going down. This is Genesis versus the mates already. Man, that's crazy. This is the fight. Let's get to this one. It's closer. Gravity gonna go down right there to Jeff, Prime.
Mates are not backing down, huh?
It goes into saying, is it worth you proving your point, whether you're Genesis or the mates? Is it worth you proving your point of landing there over and over again when maybe only one of your teammates makes it out? So what's the end goal? Like, what's the end result? Can you win with that one person? If you believe that you can win with that one person, then keep it going. But if not, this is a little bug, everybody. Don't worry about it. Nothing tremendous. We'll be back.
I wonder if it's they kind of assume and think that they're like Pochinki puts them in a position to win when the zone doesn't go military. Like you're more likely in zone than not when you go Pochinki, so you still fight there. Hopefully, you just come out better and you play better. You see Sparky registering a knock and kill there, but I don't see the mates migrating from there, even if they lost today's event 4 times.
Oh, they're not losing. They're not leaving. I agree with that. I agree exactly with what you're saying. They're not leaving. That's not their thing to do. They're not. They're just not.
Yeah, it's not their play style. It's not what they do. I mean, we've all seen the rivalry between them and who was it? Was it
SLG.
SLG? Thank you. Between SLG, and they're not gonna back out. They're not gonna back down. So we'll see how that plays out. We are looking at Gaka. This is going to be a very key compound here because I believe this zone or this compound will be in zone 4 at least 2 to 3 more circles.
Oh, that was an
forward.
M16 knocked by Gravy. I've never knocked anybody with the M16 in my entire life. Never. I'm gonna go on record and say that. Maybe it's a lie, but I just wanted you guys to know how much I despise the weapon. Finesse is gonna get picked up. Mute is gonna be alone on the top. This is a good spot for Muted right here.
It is.
This is probably the most advantageous position in the. Yeah, this is the reason. Wait.
He's got to make a play right here, though, right?
He does. He should. If not, they're just gonna push up. Wait. Okay. If not, they're just gonna push up this the steps, right? But he could get one kill right here, Prime. Maybe.
If Space Havoc and Gravy push up together in sequence, maybe. This is a very tough push here.
He knocked him through the window.
Oh, good play right there from Muted. I was gonna say this may not be a good position for Muted, but I forget about the window. So he made that play through the window and absolutely gets a knock on Gravy. Space Havoc, the last one in the house here, calling in reinforcements. But Finesse is also, that's Finesse, right?
That is Finesse. Yes, he's
also
low,
low in health,
super low. Yeah. But this is the problem. Since this is FPP and this is their first compound and there's not a lot of loot here, they're going to end up in a very tough situation. And I think he jumped off the roof. He did. He's going to... He can leave, Prime. Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it worth? Oh, he gets caught and goes down.
He got caught. And he
doesn't get his kill. That's tough. That's a good try there.
Indeed. Here comes one effort.
This is not what you need if you are Team 11.
Oh, they need to get out of here. Gravy.
Because this other team may be looted. To make this push, they gotta have the guns, at least a gun and some
gear, right? Gun and gear is all they have. Yeah, and they have you in the numbers right now. No, they don't. It's still 3-3. While we were looking at this too, there was another team eliminated. The mates are out.
Wow.
Genesis,
I thought they were
team
getting
from Brazil.
kills, but there you go.
They got one. They did get one put out, I believe.
See, is this team 12?
This is team 12, Prime. This is
Berserker Esports. They're going to try to migrate out of here. You see they're leaving on a buggy.
Gravy has to run it
off the roof. Yeah, and that's fine. I think I'm okay with that. Because now you think, because you're here, the other team here's the car, you think you can get away scot-free. They're not looking anymore, right?
That's facts.
So he may be able to get out of here, and once he gets to that shrubbery, he'll be okay.
Finesse, they drove into ATR. This is the only thing wrong with rotating early when you're in the middle. You run into the people who landed outside your compound, and Finesse gets taken down right there.
That is what you call over rotation, but they had to make a
play,
to leave.
Right?
They couldn't stay there.
They had to go somewhere.
Yeah, tough spot right there for them.
So here come the rotations. Torch is going to take the northernmost rotation. One of the only teams that makes the rotation to the northern side. And then
we play by them.
Wait,
I expected a big game from Torch. They were a little disgruntled going out early from that East Bridge from last game. I think they're going to play a little better now that they can rotate where they want to, Bing. And then this other team led by Beretta. It'll be interesting to see how they're rotating as they're going north. So they're going to make that common move that we always say where you go up and then you come down, because usually there aren't many compounds being occupied.
Valid might get this kill on Merc. Valid is, they all can shoot, right? And if they hear him drive by or see him, they're going to hop out and try to get active. I guess they don't see him, he's going to make that rotation. But you're right, the shooting range rotation is A1. Nobody goes up there. They're going to be able to stay alive for a very, very long time. Look at this. This is that zone that we like to see sometimes, Prime, because it shows you the teams that can actually shoot their weapons pretty well. Because there's not going to be a lot of cover at the end. It usually ends in a field or really, really close to a field, and somebody has to. Ludig's gonna go down right here to Gravy. Gravy making a play by himself with the M16. Are you serious? We're trying to get in there, chat.
Back here, the M16 he goes down.
It's a strong weapon.
Not a bad weapon if you can get the cadence down correctly and you know, with that reduced recoil. It's not a bad gun to run. It's just, you know, you're going against barrels.
It's a strong weapon. You just have to have mastered it to use it effectively, and for it to be a place like this, to use it in a situation like this, that must have been, I believe that was all he had. There must not have been another weapon in there, because I don't see anybody 100%. Just passing an M4 or a SCAR or a barrel to say, you know what, I'm running the M16, and not for close range, at least.
One name comes to mind: Z Critic.
He wouldn't do. Man, if he man, that's a ballsy play. No cap, taking a lot of damage right there. He was secondary. I agree with that.
I'm gonna take a nap once I heard that name. Nice doing this with you, Bing. I gotta go.
No cap, right? And now we have people rotating in right here. It's a lot going on. I don't want to move the camera too much because you guys know the problems that we have sometimes with a lot of camera movement when there are a lot of people rotating at the same time. Jen staying in the game, and they are up to 2 players, I think, Prime. I think Genesis has 2 players left. Invasion is doing their rotation down here by the, is this the quarry? I'm too far. This isn't the quarry. This is the swamp. They're rotating by the swamp. And then over here we have DA rotating in. It's going to be a lot of action going on over this little hill right here by the observatory. And then somebody has the hill in the middle of Gaka. That's the antenna hill, right? That's team number 6. I bet you that's the winner circle over there holding down the antenna. I would almost bet all my lunch money, and I'd be right.
Yeah, I was gonna say traces of older team names that used to do this. In the zone shifting west, this is definitely familiar territory for them.
This is where they are the, especially when your gun skill. This is the reason why I like this particular location, is because when your gun skill is on point and you think you can hit your shots, that's the spot you want to be in, right? Especially since they are so warmed up from the last event. I mean, the last match. They want to be somewhere where they can get as many kills as possible, and this is the spot, because the rotations are going to start happening. People are going to start driving by them, and they're going to start putting people down. Looks like everybody reached the spot. Nobody died in that rotation. I'm amazed, to be honest.
That's just, you know what that is? That is veteran play. They're veteran leaders here. Genesis may be in a little bit of trouble here in a cluster of 4 teams. Just east of Gaka. They're trying to make their way with 2 players left. That's going to be tough for them. But veteran teams knowing how to make the rotation.
Oh, they did get knocked.
Member goes down. Yeah,
that might have been a little bit of the announcer's curse put down right there on them. Sorry.
I'm sorry. They just went through 4 teams. It was just bound to happen.
It was a little late. Right here, he has to get right here. He's gonna have to get right there. Yeah, good rotation by him. MV4 doing the thing that we talk about. They're a little late on the rotations. You get it after a while. I was talking to a team yesterday, and they were like, man, we're just rotating a little too late, and we think we're doing it pretty quickly, and it's just not happening as fast as we thought we were doing it. And it's clear that happens. It's nothing that you can do right there, right? Like, sometimes it just takes a little while to understand the timing. You got to understand the timing. 1 or 2 matches get you to realize, or 1 or 2 weeks, not 1 or 2 matches. That's unheard of. 1 or 2 weeks get you to know, look, at 4:30 we gotta go. There's no shot. 1 gun, some ammo, some armor. We have to leave. And if we don't leave, everybody's gonna be in the zone, and we gotta hope that they're shooting at other people, because if not, they're gonna be shooting at us. That's just how it goes down. That's just the fact.
You just have to have enough to win the first fight. A lot of teams don't realize that you're gonna run into another team, and if you have enough to win the first fight, you have that team's best of loot left over.
That's true. I didn't know this, right, until I saw a team land museum. There are so many weapons in museum. Like I've never seen so many weapons in one spot in my life.
Are we talking about museum by shelter?
Yes. There's so many weapons in esports mode in museum. There are so many, because there's so many loot spots on the floor, right? Like there are at least 12 or 13 loot spots in the museum, and all of them have like DMRs and ARs, and
nice.
It's crazy. I was wondering why people landed there so often, and that's the reason. Up. TDT is gonna take this compound right here.
Not a bad compound. Got some neighbors there right over the hill.
Not Lilith's gonna get a knock right there on Gecko, and there's a confirmation instantly. This is gonna be a tough spot for TDT right here. Tickle's gonna hop out.
What you do not want to do is over rotate. A lot of teams over rotate within that 2 to 4 phase 2 to 4 range. Even if you're not center zone, you got to kind of make do with what you have. Sleeper shot getting a knock as well. That's Mitchell going out, and sleeper shot able to confirm his kill. Lilith's gonna go down to Polly. Got a full-on fight.
That's a confirmation. Signs is also down from that fight as well. So I think it's two people up for both teams. More shots going out. Noxie gets knocked by America. America's shooting from this compound right here over there, which is not. This is I guess I like to say that this is a fight for later. So what they're doing is they're just willing away at their vest and at their health, just so that later on they can come back and do more damage. Oh, look at this. Here comes AV, gonna third party that fight between Euro and Invasion. Invasion able to pick up Signs and Sleeper Shot. Sleeper Shot's gonna get knocked by Polly again. Polly doing bits, but he's gonna leave out of here and he's gonna die to AV. Signs is gonna leave this whole thing, take the bike and get out of there. Oh, he's not gonna make it out. Lou is gonna knock him off the bike.
Good shot by Lou right there. Lou is a very, very underrated player for Avita.
Agreed.
You hear his name a lot. He's not the gaudy player. He's not your Sweeney or players that you see get a lot of gaudy numbers, but he is what I like to think the glue of the team. He's the guy that keeps everyone together. He's a DMR shooter. He is a guy that heavily supports his bigger guns.
Woo, that was good. Oh, this is prime position too. Right, it landed right on them. Wow. And so Superman was able to leave out of that fight without dying, basically. So he has to figure out a spot to go. I think that he might be in the shack or something, which is good for him and good for Invasion to stay alive right there. That they were in a good spot. They just let Polly get too many knocks, and they weren't able to clean that fight up quick enough. Again, we have to ask what the comms were, because maybe if the comms were a little bit better, they would have known where he was at and been able to put them down in that situation. You just never know. Look at TD making that wide rotation. They're probably going to flank up to this hill right here. This is a good spot, I think, for them. Or even right here.
There's still 17 teams alive.
There definitely are. I think we're going to see this a lot going forward.
This is still like ranked isn't even this bad.
It's not, by no means.
So for those watching at home and you're trying to get a gauge on like how competitive the PCL really is compared to rank with Masters, a lot of these guys that you see on the field are Masters, or at least trying to chase Masters. But even the ones who are Masters will tell you that the PCL is rough.
It's different.
The amount of players that are in the zone and already have position, and they all can shoot from so many different angles. So yeah.
The ability for these teams to confirm kills and to hit shots is just an astonishing thing. Team 11 is they're in a weird position, right? Like Tickle gonna go down the turn. There's gonna be another fight. I'm gonna try to take you over to this WC fight. I just don't want to go too fast because there are 17 teams in the lobby. There are 54 people, and the frames aren't the best for me in general, but I think they're better for the players. Yeah, there's so many fights going on. I'm sorry to cut you off right there, Prime. My fault.
No, you're fine. I was going to say what we've seen is less frequent disconnections and a little bit more of a stable lobby.
That's true.
For the players.
I personally haven't heard of players getting kicked from lobbies. When it does happen, it's happening because of something malicious being done to that particular player. It hasn't been, oh my goodness, TD get some kills, but they lose literally everybody except for Nath and
oh my gosh.
And that was crazy. That was crazy. Soup just gonna kick it in that shack. Soup in the shack. We've heard it all before. Then we have, this is Torch. Torch, like has made some additions to their team, adding Diffie, adding Crab Cake, and they have been playing out of their minds. Beretta goes down to Unique, and Dontrix goes down to Hebrew. I wonder what happened in that situation. But they have been playing very well since the addition. Diffie gives them another gun. He really does well when stacked with Tyrannical and Dom. I'm looking forward to seeing how they progress, because they've always been that team that's at the cusp of doing great things, but they're missing that one or two players to help them get over it. So I just want to see how they're going to perform this season. Look at these guys.
You get a guy who has, I mean, his rap sheet in terms of his experience in competitive play. He's a guy that you see in every league possible. Tournament, whether it's a makeshift tournament, somebody just trying to put together, a group of people playing games, or official leagues or whatever, he is there. It doesn't matter. So he plays a lot. So you get a guy who's got a ton of experience and knows a lot of player tendencies and things like that. So that's a strong pickup for them.
He's a very good player too. He can play multiple positions, whether it's the DMR, whether he has to push, whether he needs to make the call outs or whatever. He has experience doing all those things. And like you said, he plays PUBG countless amount of hours. So it's a very good pickup for them, and it accents their team in a great way. Superman is in a very bad spot, Prime. The circle has shifted away from him. He has to smoke. He's used the smokes already, and now he's just gonna army crawl his way in. Look at the passion from him, Prime.
Hey guys, I'm over here.
Yo, he has to do it. Look how Diffie's gonna rotate to the smoke. He does it.
Oh, big name right there does a little bit of damage.
There's not much he can do, Prime. He's giving it his all. You gotta give a man credit for giving his all.
100%.
You gotta give him his credit for army crawling into the zone. Oh my gosh!
Remove your clothes. Just be one with the grass and the foliage.
And he's using his brain right here. Instead of going to the smoke, he's gonna crawl to the right side. I'm gonna take you to some action while Superman army crawls in. ATR putting shots down on Team 19. I can't really see who that is yet, but I'll get there. That's one effort. One effort's gonna run right into ACI. Oh, Bob. Poor Bob.
Trying to make a rotation, gets knocked out.
Oh, it's gonna leave a fight, Prime. Right?
Leave a confirmation. Yeah, maybe.
They're rotating away. Superman finally goes down to Dom right there. Well, what's gonna happen here? Nothing? Yeah, something. Something has to happen. 10 teams alive in phase number 6.
Man. And there are how many teams up?
10 teams up with 27 people alive. Remember that in phase 9 is the last phase of esports zones.
So then you're in that position where
now it's
just more like you can't do anything.
There's not much rotation. Rotations right now are important, but it's really about wiping teams as you push towards your spots.
Right. And at some point too, you got to think like, man, I just need to come out of this with as many kills as possible.
I agree. RMV's doing another good job of maintaining their entire roster somehow. Everybody's alive. They're rotating from fights. They're picking the fights they want. This rotation might put them into a precarious position, though. They're rotating right to the winners of last game, Avita, and Rock said none of that. You didn't know.
Here's where I see a double-edged sword with that, though. If you're avoiding fights and keeping your teammates alive, you're missing out on kills as well. So you may get the placement, but before you know it, there's teams who already got your placement points with the amount of kills that they have.
That's true. I don't know if they're avoiding fights though, Prime. I think their team is on it.
General, yeah.
Right. I get you. I think this team is trying to get the kills in the fights. I just think that they're just doing a good. Oh, I missed it. I can't see them. Oh my goodness. AV wipes everybody.
Good play by them. Blackjack there as well. And there's the last kill.
My goodness, that was.
And there's getting the final kill. My goodness. RMB going down again. Another squad wipe. 2 games in a row.
That's tough. That's a tough push. They had 2 down too, so they pushed with aggression. It just was a little too slow. Avita able to get both of those reses instantly and able to rally and get the wipe. Good job, Avita. I mean, yeah, good job, Avita, bro. I know we talk about like when you talk about the top teams in the world, Vita has to be there. No matter what switches they put, no matter who they bring, they always end up getting a lot of kills each tournament and in the top 3. I've seen them out of the top 3 maybe in one tournament in the whole time I've been watching competitive console leagues or tournaments. Torch still all together too. Wow. I wish there was a way for me to see the you know, the amount of kills that everybody has right now. I really want to know, because I want to know how many kills Torch has. I want to know how many kills RMV had right there, and ATR as well, because ATR has been doing bits. But I think Torch and, like you said, Torch and RMV have been looking for fights, but they haven't been getting into a lot of them. So they might get into the top 4 or 5, but not with a lot of kills.
Yeah. And again, they'll find out soon that placement is great. You get in-game experience, but when you don't collect a lot of kills like some of these teams do, like I can guarantee you Avita probably has at least, they're approaching double figures, right?
Yes, 100%.
Top whatever situation, top 8 right now. So, and I can see them being in a top 5. They'll probably, and may be able to squeeze out a win with some high kills. You see team 15 eliminated. Right,
yes, that's TD.
The Dossers.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. That's exactly what happens. And you know, Winner Circle prides themselves on getting high kill games, right? That's why they don't care about going out. They usually lead the league in kills. So sometimes they don't win. Diffy's gonna go down right there to Warhawk. As I talk about, WC just echoes that point. But that's where like they pride themselves on being able to kill everybody, and that ends up putting them in the top positions. And if they even come in 4th or 5th, it doesn't matter, because they have so many kills that they can, you know, catapult themselves into the top 3 at the end of the season. It really works out for them. We just saw Swifty go down as well. That was another kill for Avita.
And another thing too, with that kind of play, once they do end up getting the zone and they end up having positions where they can win a game, they get 10 additional points to already high kill game, and that's what gets them. That's what helps them pull out. That's why
we see sometimes in this league they're so far in front. It comes from their aggressive play style, and then the win. Looks like JJ was there. He got. This is a get. So on one side, it's going to be AIC. Vita doing a good job of dispatching AIC, but they're getting shot in the back right there by Torch. Torch picking up the kills. Dom using the M16. I guess he's just using it to in spite of what I have to say. Prime, he doesn't care about my comments. He thinks the M16 must be a good gun at distance as well. Jeez. AV gonna just wait again. That's how they won the last game, right? They just waited for everybody else to fight, and then they pushed over. And look who's in the top situation again. AV, Dub C. Man, I see a trend starting, Prime.
And the mates got to figure out something to get themselves in this position,
bruh.
Because they've had a rough spot already.
No cap, getting knocked. I cannot fathom. I cannot fathom a money round without the mates, Prime. I can't. But if it continues like this for the next couple games, we might see our first money round with no mates.
I think they'll figure it out. They have time. They have tomorrow. They've got next week. So they've got a ton of games. They can afford to throw a few matches.
That's true.
Right? That's kind of how that goes. But I'm pretty sure these guys, I mean, those group of guys are very resilient. They're confident in their gun skill and their play. They'll get better. They do have to figure out a way to keep the rats out of their position, though. Out of their landing spot and wipe that team. Once they're able to do that, who knows? Maybe they just landed in unfortunate circumstance. Oh, you see Standards getting his 5th kill.
What if Genesis is just a better team in Pachinki?
Hey, listen, that's very possible.
Diffy's taking I don't know. This is a smart play. He wants to get himself some position, but I don't know. That's good. So they know that Warhawk and their team is in the sniper tower 100%, right? Because they've gotten a knock, just knocked Doodle. But that rotation right there has put them in a bad spot. Oh my goodness! Don't blow up the car. Diffie's in trouble, Prime.
He's down at 13 HP, no helmet left, essentially.
10 kills for...
Gonna get a first aid off. 3 kills by him. Team
10 kills right here.
They have 10 in their top 5 here. So
they played it well.
Yes, they did. I told you Torch was gonna come back better here. Just saying.
14 right here for AV.
Queenie with a... Is that another knock?
That's a knock. Yeah, that's another knock for Dom. Now the question is what is Warhawk thinking? He's meta. All right.
He's medding with a drink in his hand.
What happened?
You love to see it.
We're gonna talk about this right here. It seems like
he has another great gun.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna mention, right? Like oh my goodness.
Here's one knock and a finish here. And the flush to the sword's gonna go down.
Oh my goodness.
I'm telling you, this is what you come here for, ladies and gentlemen.
They stole that one from him.
15 kills. Doesn't matter. I think he's all right. And you know he loves to play the Shaq, right, Big?
And he kills his boy. Now he's dead. And now Torch wins that. No, Avita wins again.
From Avita again. 17 kills in first place. 27 points. That's going to give them a big boost. Torch in second place. We're going to take you right back to the replay action, right, Big?
We are. Yeah, that. Well, let me tell you something. First of all, how does he get a crate weapon every game? How does he get a crate weapon every game? We discussed this one time. I remember that people used to ask that, like, yo, something's up. He gets a crate every game. And it feels like he does. I don't know how he finds them. Maybe nobody else is looking and he's the only person looking, but he gets them every game. It's insane, right? But
eyes to the sky, Bing.
Eyes to the sky. I remember they made a statement. The reason why they added loot trucks to Sands, right? It was because nobody looks up in the game because there are no enemies up there, to be honest, right?
And too many trees too.
I feel like all he does is look, and you're in a building or something and you can't see. I feel like all he does is look up, and I applaud him for how often he attempts to get a crate and actually picks one up, and how well he uses them, right? But let's go back to the things at hand. Torch played this wonderfully. I don't think they had that many kills going into this circle right here, but then they were able to pick up all the kills off ATR. They picked up some kills off of Team 11, and I think they might even got a kill on AIC over here, and they killed Superman to start it all off. So I think that they are waiting for the late game, and then they just pounced on everybody. So their strategy works. That's Dom calling those shots right there, and he's doing a very good job of it again. I applaud them having their own play style and playing it extremely well.
I mean, they have made some refinements, obviously for the better, but they have definitely played like this for years on end, even when I consider myself a comp player. And watching the growth and maturation of Torch, they seem to be a team that's going to be around for a very long time. And just like you said, they're 1 to maybe 2 pieces away from being the team that takes it all away, because they've always found themselves in a top 5 position for a long time, right?
Exactly.
And maybe Diffie's that piece, as you see that they racked up a lot of kills, and Diffie making those side plays has definitely helped them out. And you can't take the credit away from these names that we've called out a lot. You got Avita here waiting for their opportunity to make their wave push and infiltrate somebody who's, trying to maybe get a third party going on. And then also Warhawk loves that shack. I've seen several videos of him making plays from the shack, and he racked up some kills for his team as well before going out. I think he loves being in that position. I think he sells his teammates out and waits to be in that position where the spotlight's on him and he can show off and display his talents.
He's one of those people, when he gets in that one-man situation, there's no flustering him, right? He's looking for that. He has that clutch gene in him where he's looking to make the plays, and he does make the plays every time. Sometimes he gets outnumbered, but you're right. I think he's looking, his teammates. If I'm in a shack with Warhawk, right, or in a sniper tower with Warhawk, I'm not listening to his comms, because it's over. He has completely given up on me and him leaving here together. Right, it is literally him versus everybody else, and I have to figure out how to how to make it out
Implement it,
myself.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
Like I have to
Right.
make it out myself, because if I'm getting in a position where I'm knocked, he can't save me, and he won't save me because he believes he can win this game by himself. And you have to know that as his teammate, and you just have to learn how to frag out with him, and hopefully you both can survive together, because he's going to make it out unless he's just overrun by numbers. Again, this is why I believe that he's one of the best players in the league. And I stick to that. He plays at an extremely high clip. They were in a 3-man and then there were 2 men in that situation, and he was still able to do his thing right there. So GG's to him. But again, I want to talk about Avita right here. Avita does a good job.
About to mention,
bro. Avita does a good job of playing they play every way. That's why they're so good. They wait. They're aggressive sometimes. Then they wait sometimes. Then other times they are they third party. They're just so good. They pick each other up when somebody gets knocked. If one person goes down, doesn't matter. They can win with 2. They can win with 3. They're just so good. They have DMRs. They have ARs. What more do you need from a team than that right there? Crazy. Insane. They're insane. They're insane.
Nothing. There's nothing you could do. They've taken 2 out of 2 so far, and I don't know. I just don't know. Be right back after a brief intermission. Game 3 up next. You're watching the PCL PUBG Console League.
Welcome back, everybody. This is the PCL, the PUBG Console League. I'm your host, Invasion Bing, along with Invasion Prime. We are now on match number 3 of the day. The first 2 matches were taken by Avita. Man, they played out of their mind. Prime, how do you feel about those matches? I'm going to bring the scores up so that the chat can see them as we talk about this.
Playing out of their mind was absolutely the right word. They have 47 points. 27 of those points came from kills, dealing out 4,100 damage. Led by Blackjack, who is the point leader in today with 29 points. Warhawk's still the solo kill leader with 12 kills, dealing out 2637 damage. That is more than half of his team's damage. They're in second place with 29 points, but at first it was tied at 2020. And with that big game from Avita, that allowed them to definitely split and separate themselves even more. Third place, we do have RMV. Although they went outside the first 2 games, they are in top 3. So they're down 7 points away from the winner's circle. Good plays by them. They have 17 kill points. That's what is allowing them to stay in this lead. And at 4, 5, and 6 comes Torch above the rest, and the Dossers looking pretty good, making sure that they stay. Keep in mind the top 16 teams advance, right, Bing?
Top 16 teams do advance.
So what they're looking at, a team that we are used to seeing in the top 5, that being the Mates, is 18th with 2 points, being 2 points, and that is from 2 kills.
It's tough.
This is unheard of. We don't see this often from this team. Are they going to take game 3 and play a little better? Or are they going to take game 4 and play better? Are they going to take both? Or I expect to see a larger, more stellar play from these 2 guys.
There are 3 teams that are in the bottom half of the bracket that I didn't expect to see here. Invasion, Valid, and the Mates. All of those teams are lower on the list than I expected to see. There's only been 2 games, so they have a chance to bounce back, but keep an eye on them. I also wanted to point out that this scoreboard is brought to you by PUBG Lookup, and we use their services, so you guys can also use their services if you're trying to host a league or a tournament of your own, or if you just want to check out your stats or the stats of a friend or a foe. With that being said, we'll take you right back in to the live action as we load in. So what do you expect to see this game, Prime, besides the fact that you expect to see the Mates to do bits? What else do you expect to see going forward?
Well, I think you would sit here and call me an idiot if I did not mention. See Dimshit getting a knock already. Look at that.
They're in the same spot doing the same thing.
They are. You call me an idiot if I did not mention Avita doing well again, right?
That's true.
I've got Avita and Torch playing well. I look to see Invasion do well this game. They've had some tough breaks, Bing. The interesting thing about this is they now have the zone. So this is what we see in, let's say, the PCS with the territorial zone. This is their kind of territory where they typically land. I did not see where they land, but from my knowledge, they like to land around shelter in that area. So it'll be interesting to see if they can pull out a top 5 here with a ton of kills, as they have their their territory in zone comfortably. Dimshit getting a knock on Pedram. Well, that's a finish there. I apologize.
Yeah, it's only one left. Just Paulo's left right here, Prime. And I think that everybody from the Mates is still alive in this particular situation. So they were very, very aware of their play, and they came down this time ready. And I don't see them not getting a wipe right here.
I agree. And they're definitely looking to hunt down that last member of Genesis here. Genesis has got to be careful. Even though they won, per se, Pachinki in game 1 and game 2, they don't want to find themselves in a position where they're getting into these constant fights. As you mentioned before, they're in 10th place with 7 kills, but that's it. And a lot of these teams, like 11th place and 12th place, have 6 and 5 points. Same thing with Nova and Invasion and Valid. These are very good teams that are very close to them that can bump them down tremendously, especially the mates as well. Obviously, you just got to kind of be careful. Kimbo. Uh-oh. That Warhawk going down?
That is Warhawk going down. Yep, down here.
Mm.
Like to make a statement. The MV4 team is from Brazil as well, or from the South America, Argentina area, I believe. And they have lost 3 members right here. Only 1 more up, and that is a confirmation for WC. They get the wipe right there, and there's going to be pickups made. I don't know if they lose anybody here. I only see 2 marks. So no, there are 3 marks. Nobody was lost. Dub C with a strong performance again, even throughout conflict. Wow, GG's.
Better in play. They're used to it, and they rack up 4 kills.
This is gonna be one of those circles right here. Oh my gosh.
That's what I was gonna say. Now, how do you get to the mainland and get through all of these compounds? This is gonna be the next question a lot for these teams in military base.
I think we might see some accidental bridge camping going on right here. As teams rotate from the far west to the east, they tend to drive. This is the spot that you don't want to drive the most is Raz. People never used to want to drive across Raz, and Raz used to be the gatekeeping central of America, I guess, as you would say, right? But right now they're not going to do that. They're going to escape. However, yep. I knew they were going to cross this bridge right here. The first person crossed the bridge, and then everybody else realized that was a bad idea, and they went the other way. RMV. This is where the 4-car rotation bothers me, right? Now it's one guy by himself, and everybody else, the 3 other cars are together. So if Ferox gets into a situation, he's going to be there alone, right? Like I've never been a fan of it. It works out though, and teams tend to run it more than not, but man, I don't know. We got some more fighting going on as well. I don't know. So I used to think that these compounds right here were the best compounds to be in, where Torch is currently, but I think that the circle has shifted away from ending here. It ends more by the plateau compound, which is over here. It ends more in this area now. And then even sometimes down here. So I would, if it was me, I would tend not to go to those compounds in this particular circle. We'll see how it turns out though. We do have a team at Museum right now, team 15, which is TD. Look at this down here.
So I'm looking across. Yeah, I was going to say there's a ton of teams there. Did we see where Invasion landed as well? Because they did not land where I expected or I anticipated them to land.
Invasion is at this compound right here under us.
Oh, okay. So they are close to that area. So
I think they looted the area that you're talking about. I think they actually looted shelter and backed up to that spot right here. They saw what the circle was and they just wanted to circle up. They might not get a lot of kills this game, but I think they're focused on their placement more than their kills in this particular situation. Look at Finesse getting taken out of his vehicle. This is a hard time for us to give you guys the action just because, or to commentate as well, just because what we see isn't exactly what's going on. So we're just trying to help you out, but the cars are kind of like moving, moving in different directions from where they really are. Euro.
Right. You mentioned before that these cars are not doing this from the player perspective. This is just everything trying to render. And I'll tell you what, if this is what prevents the spectator or players from crashing, I'm okay with it.
Right. If the players aren't crashing and it's just hard for us to spectate right now, I'm good. Like that, I can take that. As long as the player experience is good, we'll give you guys the best commentary that we can at this moment. And then later on, we will, it'll be fixed. They've mentioned that it's going to be fixed. So I have the utmost faith that it is going to be fixed. This isn't really my favorite fight right here when I'm actually in the game. Just because if you get knocked, they could just get pickups right here. The team that usually loses this fight is the team that gets pushed by another team. Because you're so focused on shooting across that another team can sneak up behind you and take your and take your back without you knowing. In this particular case, it doesn't look like that's going to happen, but that is always a possibility. 18th team still up. Wow.
And I'm not a fan of that. I mean, that's a good zone
Good
shift
zone.
here for the said mentioned teams.
Wow, look at how
A
empty
ton of
this part
spots that are
is.
vacant.
Yep,
Right.
all this area.
Maybe Warhawk and Dub C, who are still in military base, make their way around there.
Make
And
the
they may be
Novo
okay with their
rotation, right?
rotation. Right.
Make the Nova rotation, and then they're just free to move into that back side of there. RMV's going to make a move right now. I came over here because I wanted to see how these teams on the outer edge were going to play the zone, right? This is good for everybody who's already in the circle, but the teams that aren't in the circle are going to struggle because most of the teams are heavy on the west side. So there's no entry point for the team to get into the circle. Well, now there's one because RMV has completely shifted. They're going to go top. Looks like lumber, maybe.
Not a bad play, because if the zone does shift back down, they have high ground to work from and rotate down.
Man, it's a scary rotation, man. Just because you don't know what's over there, right? We know right now that there's nobody on lumber, but when you're rotating and you're in this spot, you have no clue that nobody's there, right? Like, you're just driving around. Look at it. Doesn't look like they're going there. I gotta look at this map. But I am just, that's a risky play, and it's gonna pay off for them in this particular. So they didn't even go all the way lumber. They just went to shelter. So they drove around, got shot at a few times, and then moved to lumber. Born Country's gonna get a knock on Poly. We're gonna try to find that right now. I see it. I have my eyes on it.
It takes down someone as well. America.
America. They used to be teammates a long time ago.
They did. Ask has gotten confirmed, and we got a Milta fight. These guys ended up hunkering down right here at this garage house here.
Ignite. If he can get behind this, nope. Here comes the nade. He might get picked up right here by No Cap. He is picked up by No Cap. Zip takes down Doodle and gets the confirmation. It's a lot of fighting going on in here, and Warhawk and those guys have made it already over here, Prime. Oh my goodness.
I was wondering what Gecko's play was here, but he beeline.
Oh, he wanted action.
Yeah, he did. He definitely did. He got a knock and kill, but it did not pay out well for him right there.
Does it end up 3-3? No, it's 2-3 now. It's going to be tough for them. It looks like Warhawk and Tender Source made it over here. They must have lost their other member again, and the other member was masked when he went down. But did Exclusive and AIC go down as well when we were watching this fight? It looks like they were right here. No, I think they're right here.
Yeah, they're in that garage house compound over there. And Avita sneaking her way into the East Milta part as well.
They have all that free open opportunity. So even if they're not going to get into a fight for a very long time. Team 18 is the same way, Prime. They have taken that compound over there by the burnt forest, and they're able to not get into any fights. Team 20 is going to rotate in though on that back side over there. That's BBG. And this is Warrior Muffin Invalid over here. They're looking to get a kill. This is kind of a weird rotation for me for BBG. They're just kind of, out here. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know where they're going. I don't know where they're going.
For the players, this is going to be that uphill downhill fight right here.
Right.
With lumber being centered up. Ton of cover with trees, but it's going to be tough.
When lumber ends up being the end of the zone or even a part of the zone, man, Sticks is getting knocked out of there by Beretta. Beretta is such a good player, bro. But when the zone shifts and like say half of lumber's in and half of lumber's out, and there are a lot of teams in lumber, it's an interesting dynamic because lumber has so much cover, right? And that the circle pushes them out and it causes so many problems. It's always intriguing to see how teams make it out of there. Wait, where'd RSO die at? He just died to the zone, maybe lagged out. I just can't fathom a team dying the zone without having lag issues. Let's see where he's at. Nope, he didn't have lag issues. They just didn't rotate well enough.
That is inserted for this team right now as well too. By the way, he is playing. He's active right now.
Wait, what'd you say? I'm sorry.
Ratatat is playing.
Yeah, for TD. Right. He played. He just wasn't. He played the last game too. The last 2 games. He just not playing for Avita, which is shocking to me. I don't know. You know what's going to be interesting? I believe that eventually mainstream organizations will join in on console leagues, and I'm interested to see where people will land when it happens, because I don't believe whole teams will get selected by these. I think that they'll build their own teams, and maybe if they do select whole teams, there'll still be free agency periods. So will teams be able to keep their friends together and keep their teams together, making the push to larger organizations when this turns into this is an MK.
Not what you want to hear, not what you want to see. I wonder what Joey's position was there. He was laying down. Diffie spotted him, got him knocked. And there is a ton of gunfights.
So many shots going off right now. People are dying everywhere. I don't know what circle this is, and I don't know why it ended up like this, but it is crazy. Where is Trixie? Outside on this fence, healing up. And then we have Hebrew inside, as well as Swift. Hayes and Big is gonna get killed by Signs, and who else got that kill over there? Maybe Superman. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's decent. 16 teams up, 52 alive. Oh, you know what? I thought that Trixie was the only member of this team that was still up, but it looks like Muted is up as well. He doesn't look to have as many heals as necessary. Trixie either, right? Or maybe it's just the time. He needs it to he needs some time for his meds. I thought I heard him popping pills right there, so we'll see. Oh my goodness. What phase are we on? 5? We're going to 5?
Either 4 or 5.
16 teams up, 52 alive. Look where their position for everybody is. Invasion isn't playing as aggressive as they usually do. I would like to see them make a move this way, since Torch is in a fight right now. There's going to be a fight over here. Maybe they should push this fight over here. These 2 teams that we saw fighting earlier. No, this is just Looted and Mitch are just holding Team 11. In that compound before, it wasn't Team 11, was it? Yes, it was. These 2 teams are just holding each other.
Yep, they were in the same spot as before.
It's one of those situations where you're like, man, if we go outside, we may die. But if you don't move soon, you're just going to die in your next rotation anyway. So you might as well send it. You risk it for the biscuit, right?
Exactly. As other teams advance and they're getting through the fights and stuff, they are looking out to see if there's any late people rotating.
Luton gonna get that knock right there, Prime. We're just talking about them. Ignite's gonna go down in that situation. Luton with a DMR. I just wonder, like, when these players read the patch notes and it was like SLR headshot damage up a couple ticks or something, were they like, oh my goodness, like did their mouth start watering or something? Because it's insane. Everybody,
I don't think it's ever received a buff. That gun has just been good the entire time.
Something was changed on something that allowed it to have, like, the damage on it is for headshots is either better, something is improved, right? Whether they said it or not, but the headshot damage is just so high that people have started. What is going on here? Oh, Warren Muffin did get knocked. I was like, they were all shooting at her and she wasn't doing anything, but she does get knocked. Maybe it was the slight change in the SKS that made it so that the SLR is a little bit better. But even in the PC world, they have mentioned that it is way better now than it was before. Blackjack goes down. One Effort is doing a very good job of putting down damage from this position. This is uh-oh. That was why I said uh-oh. It looks like TD is above them, putting down more shots. Turn is gonna get the finish on. Dinos is gonna get the finish on Stanners, and then TD is gonna finish off one effort, maybe.
It's real shooters only being eliminated as well. That's Team 9. I also want to let you know that the Mates are still alive.
Let's go.
Had some teammates. I'm sorry, had some ops. As Tacticals is inserting himself into play and getting some kills. I'm telling you.
What's Donnie gonna do right here? He's just gonna let it go and try to wait for the next zone. He has to. There's too many teams around him. I wonder if he's aware. Let's go see if we could find where some of that other action was going on at. And did everybody spread out? Has everybody who was close to somebody died?
These two teams had that truce, that solid truce, and made it out of Milta.
They just walked in together. They died though. So Luden and those guys died to someone. Maybe Warhawk and Tendersaurus. Oh, and the mates are going to be scot-free on that back side right there. Rat's going to go down to M. Wait, where's that happening at? M is right here. So Rat's over there. Wow, that's a good shot. Superman takes down Sturdy. That's happening over here.
Remember, he is one of the most dangerous people hoisting a DMR.
That's true. Man, I would love to have like a skills competition so we can see people like, you know how they have like aim labs for for PC players to see who has the most accurate point and clicks. I would love to see something like that on PUBG to see if we can see how people's techniques and mechanics work. If they're mechanically sound. Demdos getting the knock and a confirm on Saint.
Let me give you a little bit of insight on how I spam my SLR. I grip the controller really tight.
Oh my goodness.
I stick my chest up and I put the controller at the
bro, I'm over it, bro.
No, you want to talk about it?
No, I don't want to talk about it. Leave me alone. Them dogs are able to get a res too. So this means Unvaulted is still going to be alive right here. TD is in a good position. Donnie has moved into the zone. Down here we have Warhawk getting spammed by Nation and Space Havoc. Oh, he might die right here.
Yeah, he's taking some damage and he's got phase 5 zone on his hind part. So they're gonna have to rotate towards Donnie. Donnie's now gonna have to make a play. Does some damage, but he sees some as well. He's Tendersaurus, but he's low on health and Warhawk is at his neck. Save Tendersaurus right here though. He took some damage as well and he is unable to. So Donnie doesn't even get the credit for his knock and Warhawk goes down as well. TD taking those kills.
I love to see teams that are actively pushing each other, pushing another team, turn around and get confirmations on another fight. Like, what? You guys were right here pushing someone. Rat shot the bottom of the door out and then able to get a kill on able to get a knock on Dinos right there.
Yeah. Dimdos came out to do some damage and Space Havoc from the other side of the map.
And then M confirms it. Oh my goodness.
Torch is really good with heads up plays and taking and confirming kills when you do not.
I agree with that. Bro. They do a really good. Here comes another bottom door shootout. And I think that they're getting shot at from this other angle by Nath. And Nath Tacticals has taken down Rat. Devil Dog is inside. He takes down Merc as Merc pushed in. And now Nath is, I think this is the play. Right. I think this is the play. You should just go for the heal right there. I thought that was the play. Rat's gonna get confirmed. Oh, this is what we were talking about. This is what you were talking about. Yep. 4-man up for the mates is not what anybody needs right now. Devil Dog's gonna get taken down by Nath. It's gonna leave Dinos. Dinos gets taken down by Nath as well. Well played by Nath. That's 10 kills for that particular team. Torch is in that spot where you like to be at early in the game, but later on in the game, it's tough because you're so spread out and so many people are pushing. up to this spot right there. That's what I mean.
Whoa. Good shots right there from Sub, and here comes Invasion pushing torch.
It's just tough, right? You're so spread out. You're watching so many angles that if one team pushes you together, you just can't win, right? It's just tough. And then you get pushed from another angle by another team, and here comes Bizarre putting some shots down on M.
Him holding on to dear life couldn't. That's that play that we talk about. Grab actually with a different angle, taking down M. Sleeper shot with a heads up play, taking down M. And now Invasion's gonna fight.
This is AIC. Yeah, Bizarre's gonna get that knock with that nade, but it's not really gonna matter. It should be an instant pickup for Invasion. Oh, Signs isn't over there, so Signs gonna try to get the wrap and the confirmation. He has a really good angle, Prime. They let that kill go. Signs accidentally let that kill go. It wasn't his bad. It was just another fight from another team. And they're gonna stay up. This is smart. This is smart by Invasion for staying on top of this hill instead of pushing down here and giving away their high ground position. You just let Exclusive's gonna go down.
The moment he peaked.
The moment he peaked. Signs is just gonna hold the top side of this. Where the mates are just gonna hold the opposite side of Lumber. This is the fight I was talking about too. When I mentioned that Lumber is a great place to be in a fight at, the elevation is just so good. There's so many spots for you to hide, and it just turns out to be a really, really good time and a really good you know, you have cover. It feels like TDM, I guess. I feel like this should be a TDM map. Lumber itself.
Let me just point out that in the beginning of this game, I predicted Invasion.
You did.
And the mates to have a great game.
You did.
Look at where they're at.
Oh, this was crazy. Superman saw him, but really didn't see him. And Dimshik saw him as well, but really didn't see him. So neither one of them peeked. Now he's going to nade him. And they backed up because he knew the nade or the other stun was coming. So it's going to be like a 1v1 wide wrap swinging fight over here. It's like they just told each other, meet me in the streets. Like, this is crazy.
Dimshik and Soup, who's gonna win this 1v1 fight?
Dimshik is playing with the I'ma lay down first, so I can see if I can change position. And then here comes Sparky to give some help. Superman has no help.
Yeah, he's got to be careful swinging.
He's going to the right. He's going to the
out and get a kill.
He's going to the rocks. This could be excellent if the rest of Invasion can come down to him, but they're not going to. They do not see this. He never even got a shot off.
That is tough.
But it actually helped them out, I think, because it changed the position that the mates were in. The mates are going to push up here, though. Where is team number 12? Berserker Esports?
Waiting for the smoke to clear. Gravity going down the sleeper shot. Immediately going down. That was by Space Havoc, and that was that angle that you were talking about.
When you imagine being in that position and getting killed like that, and then you say to yourself, like, man, that was a lot of damage done to me super quickly. I had no chance at all. Sparky, last person up for the mates. 2 people up for Team Invasion. Sleeper shot. Getting absolutely wrecked by Gravy. Look at this guy. Just
He's gonna have a beverage and just kick it. He's got the guns in hand that he likes to run. He's gonna catch. Oh, he's gonna catch Gravy. Gets the knock and thirst.
It's only one person up. He didn't know that. If he would have been
now, yeah. 1v2.
Oh man, if he would have been paying attention, he might have had a chance. But he's still. You've never seen a person play the game. He's the only person in comp I've ever seen run this weapon, like to the end game.
Kind of holding my breath right here. This is going to be a play. This is either going to be a clutch or a good try. Oh, he's a little too low now.
His only
Space Havoc may push up and try to get an angle. Uh-oh. He's working a little bit of magic now. always kills you in PUBG as the shooter because you just absolutely don't have a chance to kind of predict where that shot's gonna go. Signs doesn't have a single first aid left. Can he catch? Oh, he gets spotted and Nation gets the kill. Good try by Signs there. He had no more heals left. And that's gonna be, which team is this?
I think this is Berserker. I don't know.
Yeah, that's Berserker Esports coming in with the win. Replay action coming right at you.
That game was I held my breath at the end because Signs was doing a very good job of playing that. I was curious to see if he could win that with that particular weapon, just because it does, like, the reason why people win with a barrel in that situation is because they can kill people so quickly. He was gonna have to take more damage than he was gonna take some damage no matter what happened, and I was worried about that right there. But he did get the play that he needed. He just couldn't find the last person fast enough to end up getting the knocks that he needed. But GG's to Signs right there, and well played by Team Invasion, and also well played by Berserker Esports. Berserker Esports should have been dead though in this spot right here. For them
I was just gonna mention this to you. I was just gonna say, if they push down here and make this rotation, this team is no longer existent.
Right, but I think if they push down too far, it's going to cause them to be out of position in that next fight as well. So they might have done the right thing to get in second place. It's just the fact that everything for Invasion worked out right there. Even that swing by Superman to put them that far away from the team, it made the mates overextend, and it allowed Berserker Esports to push up behind them, which allowed them to later on get the kills. Get the second place placement. You know, that's one of those things that we talk about where everything happens for a reason, and it's kind of flowing like water in that particular situation. When one team moves out, the next team moves in, kind of stuff. Well played right here. I'm glad that the mates came back and were able to exert themselves and show that they are the team that we always knew that they were in this game right here as well.
Well, I mean, you're absolutely right too, because Space Havoc actually helps out Invasion. That was Sleeper Shot who got the knock on Tacticals too that we saw.
Right.
And then that allowed Sleeper Shot to, I mean, he ends up going down a little later or momentarily directly after that. But yeah, you're right. It is just that's the way PUBG plays out.
It's I don't think that, you know what happened, I think too? The mates had already cleared behind them. And rarely do you see a team rotate the last circle all the way around the back, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's Berserker Esports made a play that you never see people make, and they did a great job of that rotation. Good job by their IGL and whoever made that decision and to make that call. These are good shots. Tacticals had no chance. They all shot at him until he had no chance. Here comes the Molly. Somebody else gets knocked too, and I'm just completely in awe of it. Look, Signs got a knock right there with that with the Bison, and then he gets a confirmation with the SLR. I feel like I missed a lot
there. He must have ran by him. Signs was playing he was playing his belly for a short period of time there. Ended up getting Dimshik. He probably repositioned here, and then he ended up getting this knock on forget who crosses over here, Gravy here, and it was just not a good look. Now you're right. Once this happens right here, you see him looking, he catches it. Good shots right there from him, getting this confirmed. If he gets up and takes a look, he may give himself a better chance here. But just like you said, he's more so trying to survive rather than watching the kill feed, and he just had no clue.
I agree with that. Yep.
From Signs keeping his team alive and registering the kill as well. He was unable to get the flush on the next person he knocks here, but this is slithery play by Signs, like of evading all of these shots here.
Shows why he's such a good player and why he has the amount of kills that he has on record, right? Like he has so many kills on record right now, and it really tells you why, man. That's crazy.
And he does it with a jacket on.
the whole
He's
time.
running with a jacket.
Facts.
Very interesting.
The whole time. He hasn't changed the look. Oh man, off the hip, that gun is just so good. That was his opportunity right there, I think, Prime, right there. But he was kind of nervous because his vest was cracked. He can't take any damage. So that's what I'm saying. With the barrel right there, if you get your shots off first, you can win that fight. But with a Bison, you have to put down so many more shots than the other person. If you're already tagged, it's gonna be hard for you to win. He almost had that right there.
Almost did. Yeah, you got to wonder if he had a little bit more health, does he pull that out? A good play.
GG's. We'll take you guys right to the intermission. We'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you very, very much. Welcome back, everybody. This is the PUBG Console League. I'm your host, Invasion Bing, along with Iron Prime, and we are bringing you match number 4 of the FPP division. It has been a wonderful show so far, with our first 2 matches being won by Avita, our second match being won by Berserker Esports. Prime, can you give us a rundown of what's been going on, and then go over the scores for us and let us know what's happening?
Warhawk has just been absolutely on a tear. 16 kills, personally just going out and attacking everyone with a ton of damage. Blackjack is the point leader for his team, and that is why Avita is in first place with 49 points. The winner's circle, again, mentioned with Warhawk, 36 points, not too far, closing the gap a little bit in second place. The Dotsers did get moved away a little bit with third place with 25 points, 19 kill points for them. Torch finds their way in fourth place from there. Very good gameplay. They didn't have a great game 1, but game 2 and 3, they've made their way into top 5 situations, breaking up some kill points and some placement points. And here come the mates of note. Going to skip a couple teams. 7th place is going to be the mates with 23 points, 18 kill points from that. And Invasion right behind them in 8th place with 19 points. 13 of those points come from kills. Bing.
Prime, I want to point out that this, what those 2 teams showed you right there, because they were both in the bottom half of the leaderboard. It shows you that you can instantly make a difference with one game. PUBG leagues and PUBG competitions and PUBG console leagues, the way everything is set up, it's very, very easy to come back. The game, it's never over, is what I'm trying to say here. And I love the fact that these teams keep fighting and they keep playing, and it doesn't really matter what the point differential is. They just keep coming back and keep participating. I love it so much. I also would like to say that this is the scores are brought to us by PUBG Lookup currently, and you yourself can go onto the website and check your scores and start your own league or start your own tournaments if that is what you choose to do. It's very easy, very user friendly. It takes no time at all. And make sure if you see PUBG Lookup on Twitter or something like that, you send that guy some good vibes. I think it's only one person that holds the site or maintains the application, and he's doing a very good job. But with that being said, we're right back into match number 4 action.
This zone is not the best for the teams that we mentioned.
No one's in, right? Except for RMV. RMV might excel right here, Prime. They're doing a good job of getting kills. I want to go over that too. I remember I said I wasn't sure how many, if they were getting kills, because they were staying alive for so long. They had put up like 17 or 18 kills by that point in the competition. So they're currently killing people, but they're just killing people and staying alive. So they're doing a good job. Now they just need to figure out a way to win the game at the end. How can we keep people alive at the very end of the game? If they can figure that out, they'll be on their way to racking up a lot of points in the near future.
You're absolutely right. I mean, their best finish so far has been 3rd place, and that was from that game that we saw earlier. And their worst place was 18th. I think that was the last game. But they have been trickling in, getting their points, asserting themselves, getting some kills. And you're right. They would love to see a win here because they've been so close. That's usually what goes on in the mind of these players as they become in that top 5 situation. They know that they want to get a win after that. Once they rake up some kills and they're in a position to really see the light at the end of the tunnel, they want to get a win. And it kind of slipped away from them in that 3rd place match. I believe that was match number 2, in which it happened.
Well, match number 1, Prime, where Warhawk hit all those shots on them.
Yes, match 1. I'm sorry. They saw that, and then they got wiped by one member, one player. And from there, one thing I do like about them, I would say, is they have not let up. They have not given up, and they've been still sticking around. So I'll be interested to see how they play as they get the zone right here.
I'm glad that you said that, because that speaks to their character, right? The fact that even though you got that unfortunate wipe for the great play by Warhawk, you don't back down. In the next game, you still put up large numbers. Maybe you didn't win right there, but you still bounce back in an effort to show that one game doesn't one game or one event doesn't say everything about you. I think that's great. Oh, look at this, Prime. You see this?
I do.
Jin landed in Milta instead of contesting Pachinki again. So maybe it's time. Maybe they realize that we can't keep doing that. 7 points is not enough. We have to make it to the end game. We can't keep taking that fight and dying that early. I just don't agree with, I'll never agree with 50-50 fights where we both land and it's about who gets the weapons. And even if we all get the right weapons, maybe your positioning is just better because you landed in the better house, right? Like I'm not a fan of that. And I'm a fan of contesting a person in their location, but not off drop. Like drop close to them, rotate to their building or rotate to their compound and see if you can take advantage of their positioning. But don't drop on a house with them and see if this is going to be a 50-50, because now that's where the complaining comes out. Oh, I can't pick up the gun fast enough. Oh, I got stuck on the door. Oh, there's never any loot in my building when I go in a building. Oh, I broke my ankle trying to pick up a rock. I don't know, but I'm tired of it. Don't land in my building then. Land close and then come over here and let's fight it out, right? Like, that's what I think, especially in a comp situation. I don't think you should ever knowingly land on a team in a comp situation. That's just I don't understand. You know that the team's going to be there, land close to them, wait till they rotate out. They don't know that you're going to land in that spot. It's a new thing for you. You've never landed there before. So when they rotate to you, you'll catch them by surprise 100%.
And that's true. And what Bing is telling you guys at home is don't allow yourself to be third partied by what we like to call RNG.
Mm-hmm.
RNG can kill you just as much as the blue zone, a random nade, or another player. But you don't want to allow other factors to kill you. And that's basically what he's saying in a nutshell. This zone, though, is one of my favorite zones.
It's going to be so toxic.
But I'll tell you what.
It's going to be so good.
Spectator, it is so good.
It's going to be, so what do we think? A third? Maybe a little over a third of the zone is out right now. A third of the zone is water. Maybe more than that, I would say. No, about a third. So about a third of the zone is water. So it's going to mean that there's going to be a lot more fights that pop off soon because there's not anywhere for anybody else to go. Warrior Muffin hopped out of this car so fast. She all she wants is action, bro. Like she doesn't want anything else. She doesn't have time for anything else. She hopped out of the car so fast. I respect it. Rat getting taken out already. That's tough for TD, man. TD really needs Rat to be alive for them to be as successful as they want to be going forward. He's such a good player, and without him being available or being alive, you're missing so much damage, so many kills. It's just going to be tough for them.
Very true. I tell you what, I'm concerned about this southeastern hemisphere of this map right now. You got Invasion, Dub C, AV, Genesis, TD, and whoever Unvaulted. Like these guys are all making their way over there. Look at this, and the mates with that Pachinki drop has caught RSO slipping. ATR Jarky or Jark steals a kill there. This is the reason they land there too, right? We talk about this before. They land there because they can rotate faster than everybody else, but they also are safe in their spot. So if the circle goes to a hard shift one direction to the other direction, they just gatekeep you and shoot you while you're driving by, and they're all very, very, very good shots. So they end up putting you in a very bad position. And that's what happens usually, right? And that's why they like landing there so much, and that's why they dominate that area. Right. I mean, you're right. This is where the mates shine, right? Like these are the kind of zones that they're looking for. And maybe the first two games, those zones weren't really quite their zones, but now they're showing their strengths here with these circles rotating that way. Now you see Team 15 making their way over. That's the Dossers. We've heard their name several times, whether good or bad. They're going to try to get in a good position here, but they can't rotate too far. It's a good stop right there.
That's a good stopping point.
Yeah, because if they would have kept going and try to hit this compound, they would have been accompanied by another team in Team 12.
I just think that Team 12 with this 2-man split, oh, Warhawk's going to go down right here. He pulled up there by himself. That was going to be tough. Nobody with him. He's going to go down. Again, we talk about strong shooting teams like Avita who like to be in this antenna location on top of the mountain. So, Prime, I am, oh my goodness.
Ah!
You're joking. Yo, you are joking. No. Is this for the memes? No.
You see Invasion just absolutely making their way all the way to this West Coast. And now this is going to be a race.
This is smart. If Science
to these compounds over here,
if Science pulls up here, they are in a money spot for later on in this game.
They're definitely going to be able to.
Are they going to the ocean?
They're scouting. Are they scouting here?
Are they going to this compound?
To Twins.
Oh my goodness. This is the whoever called this, I owe him $1. That was wild.
I can tell you right now, it's Soup for sure.
I owe Soup $1 whole. That's a lot for me. But they went too far.
Further out.
So I owe them no money. Signs is gonna go down. They're gonna turn around. Lilith is gonna get in that spot. Signs pulled all the way up to that coast. I can't really follow this. Sleeper shot's gonna drive into the water. No, he's not.
No, he is literally 1 HP though.
RMV in the best spot. We're gonna get a pull up going on right here. This is Jin and AV. Wait, it's popping off somewhere. Yo, it's popping off. That's Dom going down the nation. Oh, I'm sorry. For everybody at home, understand that it's gonna be so hard for us to give you the information that you're looking for right here, just because there are 20 teams trying to fit into the corner of this map. I can't believe this is the zone. I've never seen this zone before, I don't think. Standards gets a knock. I don't think
maybe not this far west.
Not this far west. Not this soon either. Not in second zone. Wow. Heck.
The interesting thing is that do you go all the way to the coast knowing that it's all water over there and it's got to shift back the other way? Diffie going down. Here comes the action.
Diffie is literally inside. He was inside the compound with the twins. He had pulled all the way up to the twins because they tried to rotate to that other house. It didn't work, and then they pushed to the twins. He pushed to the twins alone. You know, sometimes Blackjack gonna throw a nade up here. Oh, that's fire, bro. Is he going up there? No way, right?
He's looking to hold a peak. Team 4 got eliminated. That is Nova 4.
Wait, what's that?
Blackjack is looking for blood.
This car just randomly drove down here. Lou is gonna hold the windows, so it's a good play by Avita. Lou's gonna hold the windows, and now it should open up the upstairs for Blackjack to push up. Oh, I was wrong. Man, this is a tough fight. I'm sorry.
Imagine PUBG making houses with 2 entry points upstairs.
It would be insane. I think that they should change every house.
Sweeney caught him.
Oh, I think they should change every house to have 2 entry points. Every single house. Not one house should have.
One house in that's the in Bikini.
With the
has
2
a back door stairwell.
Right.
Sweeney going down the Soup though.
Where is Sweeney? What are we thinking? That's Superman. Oh, right there. Lou getting tagged up as well. Superman. His face wasn't moving over there, Prime. You gotta move it a little bit as well. Oh, this is what we talk about. The late rotation when you think, there's no way you could think this. There's no way you think you can make it all the way over here. But he runs Envy over.
Oh, no.
Let's get a knock in there for you, Envy. There's a meme. And look, but look, they are able to find the spot. Excuse me. Let's see where the circle gonna. The next shift, it can't go anywhere, right? But closer to the water. It has to go closer to the water, right? Like just circle in on itself.
It can shift back to South Rise, but I'm sorry, South George. But that would be a very unlikely chance. But
Oh man. Reddit getting the pick, getting a confirm right there. Here comes another pull up. They're really pulling up here. Teams just don't care about other.
Other RMB member got knocked who was going to get the res. So
it's a 2v2.
Unless it's stolen, whoever that was who got the card knocked.
It's gonna get a kill. Right. What's Zip's gonna do?
What you need if you're RMB either.
Oh. Wait, is Cap disconnected, or is he outside in the back? No, he's disconnected in that car. Unless he's hitting shots from the car, and then I might turn this off. Here comes Lucas. Here comes one effort. Zipped is one shot. Oh, they're gonna hop out on him as a mob. Oh no.
Calculated shots gets him killed.
He got his kill.
Wait, they never rest him? Oh my god.
Lilith knocked Bob. Wow, Lilith, those are some good mini shots. Okay. All right, let's see where everybody's at, right? Oh my goodness, here comes the zone. We have to check it out. We have to zoom in a little bit. Only person with nobody, only team with no one around. It might be M right here. And then we have Invasion doesn't have many people around. Okay. Let's go down there. I see that RSO fighting Luden. Wait, I'm in the wrong spot. This over there. RSO getting eliminated by Euro. Euro is playing not passive, but they're riding the blue for their gameplay style right now. You see, every time we've seen them in the fight, they've been on the edge of the circle. I wonder if that was something that they are planning on doing, or is it something that's just happening because they seem to be fairly new to playing with each other, right? For you to make fast rotations, you have to have practiced or played a lot of times, or something like a lot has to happen for you to be able to have the looting pattern correct and for you to make those rotations. I wonder if we'll see a different strategy from them later on. But now we have the mates who are the pull-up kings since SSG is no longer a team, and they're pulling up on Evita. Oh, this might be the fight everybody wanted to see right here, Prime.
Do the mates have an entire squad left over?
They do. Tacticals is still on the top, and Gravity is driving in right now. That nade might have caused it. Now Sweeney's gonna go do what Sweeney does. Oh, but he might get caught here. Gravity doesn't go down instantly. Oh.
Goodbye, Sweeney.
Why is he so good?
Well, Dimshik's gonna have to back up here. One shot. He does get the knock there, but he goes down.
And Tacticals isn't going to go. This is going to be Invasion getting these claps over here from the left-hand side. Dimshik is crawling into those shots, to be fair. Oh, he's using the tree as money cover right here. Tacticals is not going to push this fight. Me and you talk about this sometimes about how good Tacticals is at these plays. Dimshik does go down to Lilith, and Lilith gets both confirmations right there. Evita doesn't take any of those kills. But we talk about how Tacticals has the ability to leave the fight. He never pushes into a situation where he can't win the fight himself, right? So he's just gonna leave that spot, and now he's just gonna like camp somewhere for a while. He does it time and time again. Him, Warhawk, and those kind of guys. That's their play style. You'll never see them give up the points too early if they can help it. Look at this.
That is very true.
Look at this. I don't know how to call this for the rest of the time, because I think that Valid is in the money spot right here. Look at this. Tacticals got into the middle of the circle. Nobody's gonna go here for the rest of the game. M is doing a good job of staying alive.
There, right?
This is a compound, I think, Prime. Like that one below the it's a house. It's one house. It's a house in a shack. Has that always been there?
Yeah. I did not know the open door house was there. I didn't know the shack was there. Tender Source took a big headshot from somebody there. ATR Embrace goes down to Blackjack.
They might be in a bad spot. I was looking at ATR, right? And they're in the spot with no cover but this tree. in this dip. So they're gonna have, yeah, that's what I thought was happening. Everybody's just prone. They can't even go res him until the smokes propagate.
Yeah, they're in a tough spot there. They had nowhere to go. Unsure what to do there. But everything else is occupied except that small part of George Pool, which happens to not be in the next circle.
People are just letting DMRs fly right now. Like, that's all. It sounds like popcorn outside. Like, it's popping off. Oh, here comes that push. This is the smartest push ever. Instead of driving, I think I would have sold it and drove to Mushu, just because we ran that player over that one time. So I think that they're down some players, and we saw the confirmations happen. Oh, here they come. Never mind. They would have died. Well, they would have been in a fight.
They definitely would have died. You're right.
They would have been in a fight. Space Havoc's gonna go down to Donnie over there, and Mushu's gonna be at the top. One effort's gonna push in here. How's Mushu gonna play this?
What a way to finish out the first freaking half of the first week of the FPP qualifiers.
Crazy. This is a great day one, right? Like, if you guys were looking for the high quality content, go look no further. You can expect more of the same. We do have some things to talk about, but we never got a chance to speak about them. So I'm going to try to give you guys a quick rundown of things. On Wednesday, we will be announcing season number 9, as well as some events we would like to have. So check out the website, PUBGConsoleLeague.com on Wednesday, and make sure you follow us on social media, on Twitter, to make sure you stay up on the action of what's going to happen and how we are going to move forward with the events. If you like this action, make sure you stay up, and you can participate in these events as well. All this information will be on our website and on our Twitter. Make sure you join in. If you miss a game or something like that, you could just join, follow us on YouTube, subscribe, ring that bell, and you'll be able to keep up with all the action. We put the VODs directly on YouTube. We will start adding highlights to YouTube that you will only be able to see on YouTube as well. So make sure you check out our YouTube page. All you have to do is search PUBG Console League on YouTube, and you will be able to find it. It looks like Space Havoc is Tender Source. Tender Source and Mask are doing bits in here by themselves. They end up getting taken down, but I think they might get all their kills. Yeah, I was right.
Possible.
They just got him. Donnie takes down Calculated.
And they needed that from him. Tender Source has been relatively quiet for the kind of player that he is, but he showed out right here. Look at the way the zone has shifted now. Definitely has left the heavy cities of South George Pool. And now,
man, that's a good
different spot here.
That is a good call by you, Prime. They're gonna be most of the people who are in compounds and stuff like that have to rotate out of them now, and it's gonna be rough. Sweeney's getting lit up by somebody. Blackjack getting the knock. Euro takes down the whole ATR.
How is he even still alive?
Wait, that's Mitch. I don't understand, Prime. He has on level 6 gear. Tacticals gets taken down by Muffin, so he's gonna be eliminated. FaZe, BBG pulls up on Euro. No sir, Mitch.
Who we have not talked about.
No sir, Mitch.
Reload time. There's the AR reload time that we talked about before, and how that was going to affect these players.
Good point, Prime. Good point. We haven't talked about it in a long time because it's not new anymore, but it still is a problem for these players, like you pointed out. Man, there's so many shots popping off. Gecko gonna get confirmed. Beretta gonna take down No Cap and get that confirmation instantly. Invasion still holding that compound.
They have not left. I was just gonna mention that.
As long as it's in the circle, they are gonna stay in there.
Not even thought about leaving yet.
Here comes AV. AV's gonna. Here comes a nade. Is Blackjack's nade gonna be the best nade in PUBG history? Close. Gets one knock. Muted. Oh look, Lou has the angle prime, and Lou's getting shot at by Polly. Okay, they get the confirmation anyway. Avita must have 10 kills. Okay, makes sense. How? I don't understand what kind of gear AV has on. Standards gets naded right there, doesn't die. It gets shot, doesn't die. That's wild. Oh, it looks like, is it just Lilith and when did Sleeper Shot die? Unsure. Valid still alive, Euro alive, TD alive, and D-Ignite and Team 11 still alive. Oh, this is a tough spot for Invasion to be in. It's just gonna be rough. And it's an uphill fight in FPP. L.
Yeah, that was tough. They had to make the rotation out of there as well because obviously their house just wouldn't allow them to stay there much longer.
They were waiting for, they didn't want to get caught coming out of there late. They could have waited to the end of the zone. They thought they had a third party opportunity, but AV ended the fight so fast. Again, AV has won the first 2 games. If they win this game, that'll be 3 out of 4. Lou's gonna go down on the backside by your Polly right here. Is it Polly or Prolly? No, it's Polly. Okay. Yo, America is one with the buggy.
Nothing to see here, just a random buggy. Please don't worry about this buggy over here.
Right. Please don't.
Not bothering you at all. Disregard.
I love it. Popping shots again. Wow.
So it looks like Avita's going to take their 3rd game.
They have the chance. They would have to. Polly would have to get a knock right here, right? And a confirm, and then somebody would have to knock Blackjack on the top of this ridge for them not to win. In my professional opinion. Oh, America got it in the. He got it in the. Let's go over here to America. I just want to see what's happening. I don't understand how Donnie hasn't seen him. And as I say that, Donnie throws a nade. Oh, this is why he hasn't seen him. There's no angle. Beretta gets knocked by Sweeney. He's gonna try to smoke it out. It might take too long. One of the things that I really like about the change that they did for smokes is how soon they pop. In the older days, he would have had to hold that for a long time, and maybe it was too late and it was already the kill would already be confirmed, right? That change is good and it's bad for some people because some people like to throw it a little further than what they can now. But in a situation like that, it plays out perfectly.
It does. And again, all of these changes PUBG is making gears towards this right here. Some PUBG console competitive action.
There have been numerous changes that have been made that are really it seems like it's we're getting closer and closer to having a console league, and that console league being excellent. The only thing that I'm looking forward to, Beretta going to go down again to standards. Only thing that I'm looking forward to is a little bit better spectating mode. I feel like the game is in a great place. I would like to see the M4 and the 5.56 guns change just a tad bit. But besides that, I think everything else is like super solid in my opinion. Even the 3 gear, we haven't heard complaints about 3 gear for America's still alive. Okay, there you go. We haven't heard complaints about 3 gear in comp, so I think 3 gear, I think everything is perfect for competition. I'm not saying it's perfect for public lobbies, but for competition, I think these things are great. Only thing that I can look forward to even more is a more stable server and FPS boosts for people, and that's it. I'm good after that. Look at Sweeney.
I'll tell you one thing, you're gonna hear some level 3 gear complaints today after AV literally withstood every
but they got 2 vests. These guys have 2 vests on. Cracked.
Yeah, but who we just watched run over has a 3 vest.
Oh, Lou has one. I see.
One too.
Yeah, so it's 2 people with 3.
Yep, exactly.
2 people with 3s. Oh, here comes Beretta. Oh, his vest, bro. And he took his helmet off. Muffin goes down to Blackjack. Blackjack has a full 3 vest. And he wipes them.
Blackjack is just unreal. Unreal.
Okay.
3 games. And they also have 18 kills. No, 17 kills. I'm sorry. My goodness.
Replay action. I didn't know how to comment on anything that I just saw right there. They've played out of their mind. So Vita is not playing in TPP. They are geared and focused solely on FPP this season. And you can tell that they've been waiting to play all week. And they came out here and showed that they are a force to be reckoned with. You have to feel like they feel some kind of way about not winning FPP last season when they should have won. The comeback was real and it was great, but you can tell that if they had their 4th player, that they would have made a lot more noise than they did in that last week. And if it continues, I know some people are out there going to say this is just qualifiers, but if you know me, I don't believe in anything is just anything. I think everything is taken serious and it affects how you play in the long run. And right now, they're showing you that they came and they're serious. And now people are gonna have to. If you're gonna land on a team, you might as well land on a Vita, right? Like you might as well try to land on a Vita, because if you're not going to, and you let them go this far into the game, they're going to dominate the in circles like they have been doing all day. They're just too smart. They hit too many shots. They're too good.
Very true. Very true. And you're right. I'm not a big fan of, I can turn it on once we get into the money round. Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna boost it. I don't have time for that. I think we as humans, we're creatures of habit. And if you go into these quote unquote qualifier rounds and play subpar or just at your par level, it's not a good look. It's not a good look when these other guys have been playing well so much throughout the entire competition. They're already smoking hot and on fire. Why not assert yourself early and establish dominance and keep a good rhythm going into the money round? I just don't get it. I never want to be a team that's just barely making it or has enough to qualify. I want to keep that momentum going, especially if I'm an IGL or a leader of a team. And this is where we're at. AV taking 3 out of the 4 games. Berserker, to be mentioned, does get the 3rd game out of this 4-game competition today. But I tell you what, if anybody wants to get in the top 3, they're gonna have to dethrone Avita. It used to be that the mates would be in that top 3 mention, but they're not even in top 3 mentions. So this is gonna be an interesting, and then they got better with Blackjack.
I wonder if there has been. I wonder if because there has been a break in between the time from this PCL to the last PCL. So I wonder if certain teams have been practicing more than others. I wonder if certain teams took like a break from playing and now are in a situation where they aren't playing at the level that they were playing at before because of it. But I'm gonna tell you right now, what we've seen from Avita, and I watch Avita members play when I'm at work in the morning, and they're always on. When I get on to play at night, they're still on, right? So they just never get off the game. They are as addicted to playing PUBG as they were day one, and it's clear to me that they are, and they produce. And without practice, you can't get better. And playing the game, whether it's pub lobbies or rank lobbies, is practice, right? The more shots you put down on a moving target and a target that's playing the game is practice. I don't believe that you can go play a different game for hours and hours and then come back to this game and play at this level, right? To play in a competitive level like this, you have to be able to man, you have to be able to have that. You have to hone them skills. Them skills have to be A1 and perfect at that time. And you know, you can see that AV is doing that. Every time I see Sweeney playing, he's lasering people. And he takes it serious. He doesn't like playing around in games. He doesn't like the chats. He doesn't like punching each other. He wants to win every time. And you could clearly see that from his calls and from his play and from his actions. As I say that, Sweeney knocks Beretta right there with a heady. Wow, crazy.
100%.
GG's. Well, chat, that's all we have.
Blackjack showing you why he got picked up.
Facts. That's all we have, chat.
Kills.
That's it, Prime. We leaving. But make sure you guys check us out tomorrow. We'll be right back here. 3:10 will be the first game. And we will be, make sure you get us on social media. We have some things to show you guys and to tell you guys, especially the new events. With that being said, we are out of here.